GPT 5.5 is here. What actually changed? OpenAI just dropped a new model. The internet reacted the way the internet always reacts. Half the people said it's going to change everything, and the other half said it's a scam. As usual, the truth is somewhere in the middle. But this time, it's actually closer to the first camp. GPT 5.5 landed on April 23, 2026. And while the name sounds like a minor software patch, like your laptop adding a printer driver, what's under the hood is genuinely different from anything OpenAI has shipped before. I'm going to break down exactly what changed, what it can do, who has access to it, and what it actually means for the rest of us who aren't writing code for NVIDIA. No fluff, let's go. What is GPT 5.5? First, what is it? GPT 5.5 is OpenAI's latest language model, and internally it had a code name, Spud. Yes, Spud. The most powerful AI model released in 2026 was named after a potato. Make of that what you will. But here's the thing about the name. OpenAI called it a new class of intelligence. That's not language they use lightly. They're positioning this model not as a smarter chatbot, but as something fundamentally different in what it can do on its own. GPT 5.5 is built specifically to be an agentic model. That word, agentic, is going to come up a lot. It basically means the AI doesn't just answer questions. It plans, takes actions, uses tools, and works through complex multi-step tasks without you having to hold its hand every step of the way. Think less, ask it a question, get an answer. And more, give it a goal, come back when it's done. Agentic AI explained. Okay, so what does agentic actually mean in practice? Here's a real example. You could tell GPT 5.5, research the top 5 competitors in this market, summarize their pricing, find gaps in their strategy, and write me a report. Previous models would take a shot at that. GPT 5.5 actually does it by switching between tools automatically. Web search, code execution, document analysis. It picks the right tool for each step, chains them together, and delivers you the finished output. That's the shift. It's not just a better answering machine. It's more like a junior analyst who can actually work independently for extended periods. OpenAI built this to work through complex tasks autonomously, their words. And they specifically aimed it at coding, math, and scientific research. Which brings us to the part that made the AI world sit up straight. The benchmark. Benchmarks in AI are the new spec sheet. They're how models prove themselves before they hit the real world. GPT 5.5 scored 82.7% on something called Terminal Bench 2.0. That's a test of agentic coding ability, how well the model can actually write and execute code to complete real-world tasks. For comparison, Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.7, which was previously considered top-tier, scored lower. GPT 5.5 beat it. Narrowly, but it beat it. ZDNet ran it through a 10-round test covering writing, reasoning, research, and code. It scored 93 out of 100. Lost points for being, quote, too enthusiastic, which is either a bug or a feature depending on your tolerance for extremely eager AI. The bottom line, independent reviewers are confirming that this model genuinely outperforms what came before it on the tasks it was designed for. That doesn't happen every launch cycle. Who gets it and what it costs? So who can actually use it? GPT 5.5 is available right now through OpenAI's API, which means developers can build with it today. It's also been integrated into OpenAI's Codex product, which is their AI coding agent. GitHub Copilot has it. Microsoft Azure has it. NVIDIA is already using it in their infrastructure. So if you're a developer, it's accessible and it's already embedded in tools you might already be using. For regular ChatGPT users, the rollout is happening, but the timing of when it shows up in your chat depends on your subscription tier. Now the part that stings a little. It costs double what GPT-5 costs at the API level. OpenAI's reasoning is that the capability jump justifies the price jump. And to be fair, if you're building agentic workflows that replace hours of human work, the math probably does work out. But for casual users, it's worth knowing the premium tier is getting more expensive. What this means for normal people. Here's the part most tech coverage skips. What does any of this actually mean for someone who isn't a software engineer at a Fortune 500 company? Short answer, a lot, but not overnight. The agentic shift is the most important trend in AI right now, and GPT 5.5 is the clearest signal yet that we're moving into a phase where AI doesn't just assist, it acts. That means the tools you already use, customer service bots, scheduling assistants, research tools, are going to get significantly more capable in the next 12 months as they integrate this generation of models. It also means the gap between people who understand how to use these tools and people who don't is going to keep widening. Not because AI is replacing jobs in some dramatic overnight event, but because the people using it well are going to operate at a different speed than everyone else. GPT 5.5 is aimed at coders and researchers right now, but that's always how it starts. The consumer version of this capability is probably 18 months away, and that version is going to be genuinely wild. Pay attention. That's the move. So that's GPT 5.5, codename Spud. Agentic, fast, expensive, and legitimately impressive. The model is real, the benchmarks are solid, and the direction OpenAI is moving is worth understanding, even if you never touch the API. If you want to keep up with what's actually happening in AI without wading through 17 hot takes a day, hit subscribe. New video every week, no fluff, no panic, just what's real. See you in the next one.